to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complaint level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. In the 20th chapter of this text, we have studied the Vidya Gita, the knowledge. Mike, you want? So I need to talk like this. So, in that Vidya Gita, the importance of knowledge was emphasized. So, in the 21st chapter, we started a question from Parshuramji to Bhagwan Dattatreya. Who is a wise man established in knowledge? What are their stages? And how can we know who is wise or not? Two questions. In reply, first part was told that don't try to evaluate anybody in this world. See, questions are asked under three conditions. First condition is when we want to examine somebody. Like in the school, the question papers are given to examine the students whether they know or not. See? And the reply has to be given in that way only. Suppose the question is that who is the inventor of something, and a student tells, sir, you don't know even this much, who made you teacher? No, you have to give the reply. The second thing is objection. How come you are late? It is not a question, it's an objection. You are not supposed to be late. And the third one is question asked out of jidnyasa. So I want to know, will you please elaborate me? This was the question of Parshuramji asked. Sir, how do we know the wise man? And how can we recognize? And what are the different stages of the wise man? So the first part was told, don't bother about evaluating anybody in this world. Remain wherever, whatever you are. Second part was, who is the wise man? So, two important things were told. One is Madhyama Jnani and Uttama Jnani. Adhama Jnani is not the Adhama Ajnani. So, who is a Madhyama Jnani, mediocre man of knowledge? Be very attentive. He is definitely convinced that he is not body. The body identification is not an issue for him. But the question is, he is not firmly abiding in that effortlessly. Therefore, in his life, there is a struggle to meditate, to do samadhi. And he is more attracted toward the samadhi. Be very attentive. Samadhi is with the importance of prakriti. See? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. So Samadhi falls in the purview of Prakriti or matter. See? And by practice, if you attain Samadhi according to this, what it is? Samadhi is when the mind is established firmly, that the mind doesn't get disturbed on account of the place, the object and the time. Trayam ekatra sayyamaha. Three things. Our mind runs in places from here to there. Our mind runs in objects from this object to that object. And our mind runs in time. This time, that time. So, control over mind, therefore, is called technically as Sayyama. See? So, Yoga and Yoga Anga. Like I am the body, hands and legs are my Anga, limbs. So, what is the Yoga? Yoga is Sayyama. So here from we start from Yama and go through Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, and after that is perfected, then we enter the Sayyama. Now the mind is perfectly under control with reference to time, space and object, Sayyama. Such a perfectly controlled mind is able to transcend the relative experiences and go beyond the relations of time, space and object. This is what the Madhyama Jnani is engaged in. So his all attention is on control over the mind. And therefore he is convinced about it. Yes, I cannot be the body, but his attention is on only the Prakriti. See, and therefore you will see such yogis who are very much fully established in this thing. They separate themselves out from others. See? Like one yogi, he has conquered the asanas, 104 not out. And then he will be doing various asanas, taking this leg there, and others are surprised. How can this fellow do like this? That is achievement. See? Because physically oriented. Then the second type of those who are able to sit in meditation or in samadhi for years together. See? So they are also lost only in Prakriti. But Uttama Jnani is the one who is, although living in the body, but he is living no more as the body, but he is living through the body. And therefore his condition is Sahaja Samadhi. He is effortlessly abiding in his divine nature. I am summarizing what we have done last 3-4 days. Oh. We don't know what you have started. See, Dehatmatva Graho Deha Sanyoga Prochate Budaihi na sa nasti madhya vijnanavataha Rama Kadachana Abhyasati Shayatasya Manolinam hi sarvada Sada Samahita Svantaha Vivaharo Natasyahi. So such a Madhyam yogi, his mind is always under suspension and therefore he is not able to conduct himself in a routine way in the world. He is in Samadhi. And you will see majority of us are extremely attracted and influenced by, this Mahatma, he is in Himalayas, so cold, but doesn't put on any clothes. Now what is the healthy condition? Healthy condition is when your eyes are open, you are able to see. When your ears are open, you are able to hear, you are healthy. When it is cold and you are not able to feel cold, then you are unhealthy. See, all our functions of every instrument, every organ must be normal. And therefore, it is not that although it is cold, I don't feel cold. Agre, Vanni, Prushte, Bhanu, Ratro, Chubuku, Samarpita Janu. And then we get lost in tapasya and torture of the body. No, don't get lost in that. See? Therefore, Abhyasa Atishayat Tasya Mano Linam Hi Sarvada. Because of too much of practice, he is able to slowly withdraw his mind from all the experiences gained through the sense organs or the body. So, and therefore, Sada Samahita Swantaha Vyavaharo na tasyahi. He cannot conduct himself in the world as required, all the time sitting in meditation. Yo deha yatra nirvaha sopi tasya sushuptivat yatha kasyachit sushuptistha vasana matra kvachita kvachit uktva cha krutva cha na paschadeta kanchana yatha cha madhiramattaha vadan kurvan na vedahi evameva mahayogi loka yatra bahirgataha kinchit kadachit kurvascha na vijanati tatpunaha. So his life is like a person who is drunk and he is not aware of what is happening about him because his mind is completely suspended from the routine conduct in this world. See? And therefore, Eshameva Mahayogi Loka Yatra Bahirgataha. He is not living among the people as required. See? You will see all the great yogis, they are in the Himalayas, staying all alone. Then, Prarabdha Vasana Bhyam tu Sadeho Nirvahet Sada. So, till the body is continued, according to Prarabdha, he continues. See? So, he is no more getting identified with the body. Now, however, the second type of Jnani, Uttama Jnani. What is his condition? Sarathi syad evameva deha vyapara tatparaha na dehi napi vyapare shuddha samvedanatmaka. But the wise man is the one, he is like a Sarathi as a car driver driving the car. That time he is very clear that he is not the car. He is the driver. So he is functioning through the body and no more functioning as the body. See? And therefore, nadehi napi vyapari. So he is neither the dehi, dehi means what? Arjuna, nor the vyapari, nor the reins in the hands of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. See? Then, Shuddha Samvedanatmakaha. He is Bhagavan Krishna. So you take the whole picture. The horses, sense organs. The chariot, body. Owner of the chariot is Arjuna. The horses are controlled by the reins of the mind. They are in the hands of Bhagavan Krishna. So this Uttama Jnani's position in our life is in place of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So, Antaratya Sushantaha Suswantaha Bahir Vyavaratya Yatha Stri Veshito Nate Dvai Rupam Upasangataha. Like a man working or acting as a woman. So he is acting as a woman, but that time he clearly knows he is not a woman. In the same manner, the wise man is functioning in this world day and night, but he is no more behaving to be wise, but he is like one among all. Yatha kridan kumarena praudastad tadopavarjitaha evamesha jagat krida tatparo nirmalashaya. The pure-minded one in this manner, like we play with the children, but we are not concerned about the victory or defeat in the same manner. But madhya jnani nirodhasya prakarshena achala sthitihi achala sthitireva tasya vicharasya prakarshataha. But madhya jnani is the one, he has nirodha, he has controlled his mind. Naturally, when the mind is stopped, you can't conduct your business in life. You have to be active. See, this is a very important thing. Therefore, don't give too much importance to samadhi. What is important is the wisdom. And when you just get into it, then you will start getting all kinds of experiences, because you are all the time wanting to see something, wanting to experience something. And anything that comes and goes is only the trick of the mind. That which has never come and never gone is the truth. Hold on to that. Therefore, achala sthiti etasya vicharasya prakarshataha buddhestu paripakena madhyamuttamayorvidha atra te shrunu vakshami samvada jnanenurmitaha. Now, therefore, I will tell you a story what happened many years before. Purahi parvatesho bhut raja ratnangarudaya sa vipasha manupuri purim adyasit mritabhidham. See, there was a place among the mountains, and there was a king who was ruling that kingdom. His name was Ratnangada, and that kingdom was on the banks of the Vipasha river. Tasya putro mahatmano stitau ati manishinau rukmangada hemangadau janakasya ati vallabhau. So he had two children, two sons, both of them extremely intelligent and very well read, and their name was Rukmangada and Hemangada, and they were very dear to their father, Janakasya ati vallabhau. Tatra Rukmangado yasit shastranam paradarshanha. Now between the two, this Rukmangada was very well read in the scriptures, very well read. Be attentive. Those who are very well read, they are constantly argumentative. This is said in this Upanishad, that is said, what is that? Cool, keep cool. See, friends, if you are listening to Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is one very important mantra. See, Tameva dhiro prajnam kurvita. Be aware of your own being. Prajnam kurvita. Anya vacho vimunchatha. Don't get lost in so many things. Because the more you will read, the more you will be confused. See? So when you go and read the Bhakti Grantha, devotion, then immediately your makeup will change. See? Then you read or listen something yoga, immediately AK-47 will come. See? And wherever they go, they will take it out. Therefore, do not get nanudhyayan bahun shabdan vacho viglapanam hitat. Don't get lost in this thing. Therefore, here we are now studying Vedanta, and therefore only this much. See? This example which I am giving you, it has occurred so beautiful, and in no time everything happens in no time. See? If we are able to separate and understand the mirror and the reflection in the mirror, they are separated. In the same manner, mind and the I who is functioning through the mind. So how I function through the mind? I, who are you? Husband. Very good. So then who is the husband? Husband is the reflection of man in the mirror of the wife. So separate the husband from the wife. And then what you come to know? If the husband is separated from the wife, then is he finished? No. He continues to exist as man. If he can separate, exactly the same way, experience is gained through the mind by the experiencer. So if the experiencer is not allowed to overpower the experience, देखो, सुनो, मत बोलो. You cannot think in terms of, oh, I saw the light. No. Objectivity dissolves. See, if you take the mirror and a candle in front of the mirror, there is a reflection in the mirror of that flame. Now bring it together nearer and nearer, so close that the heat of the original flame will heat the mercury oxide on the backside of the mirror, and slowly it will disappear, and the mirror will become a glass. Then where the reflection has gone, it has gone back to the original flame. You have done nothing. See, it becomes impossible to continue hereafter. Simple translation that Tatra Rukvangado Hyasi Shastranam Paradarshana Hemangato Ati Vijnani Vijnanina Uttamo Ahavat. So we simply read this thing. But what exactly it means? How do we experience? That is important. See, unless the knowledge is converted into experience, it becomes a burden. And the burden is erudition and scholarship. But when the knowledge becomes an experience, it is wisdom. And wisdom is not an impression. Erudition and scholarship is the impression. What is erudition and scholarship? You are able to quote left and right from various scriptures. Erudition and scholarship. See? And therefore, I tell you, one of my experience many years before, somewhere I was giving talk and one particular shloka I was not getting correctly. After that talk was over, I went wherever I was, and unless I have found out where the shloka is, I was so uncomfortable. Why I am not remembering that shloka? Look. See, friends. Therefore, we have to read this and see whether it makes a sense to us in our experience or not. So, these two brothers, Rukmangada was very well read in scriptures and Hemangada was very wise, the two of them. So, Rukmangada was therefore second Jnani and the Hemangada was the Uttama Jnani. तौ उभौ निर्गतो सर्वसेनाभि परिवारितो मृगयार्थ वसंतेषु ययरुः गहनं वनं तत्र अनेकान् मृगान् व्याघ्रान् शशकान् महिषान् अपि हत्वा अत्यन्त परिश्रान्तः असौ आद्य हृदमास्थितौ तत्र तद्ग्रदस्य परे पारे न्योग्रदे ब्रह्म राक्षसः समस्त शास्त्र पारज्ञः विद्वद्भिः विवदत्यलम्. Now here the story begins. These two brothers, once they went for hunting, and then having gone, they have killed many animals like the tigers and the, every kind of thing, elephants or your buffaloes, etc. And they were tired, and therefore they wanted to relax and rest. So some of their servants told that in that near that lake there is a Brahma Rakshas, and he is very well read. So this elder brother, the Rukmangada, he was always having the khujali to discuss scriptures with others. See, I'll tell you two examples. Once it happened in Netherlands. I went there for talks, and it was Ekadashi. So they told me, and they had their own radio channel. So I was supposed to talk on radio. They said, Swamiji, please emphasize and tell that there are two Ekadashis and we should follow only the second Ekadashi, not the first Ekadashi. Now imagine, I don't follow Ekadashi. See? And lost only in that. See? This is how we get obsessed with something or the other. In second place, this happened in some place. I was staying with my friend Jain family, and they had a very nice calendar hanging on the wall. There was an old lady, very sweet, very beautiful face. I said, hey Amma, who is this sweet lady? So nice, feel good to look at her. Swamiji, she is here. Will you like to take darshan? I said, of course. So we went there. When I went there, first thing she said, oh, you have come, please come. She stopped her satsang, whatever going on. Now let us have Shastrartha. I said, Amma, I have come to take your darshan. You please give me blessings. Shastrartha is done with the wise people. I am otherwise. I know nothing. Then what kind of Swami you are? I said, by mistake. There are many mistakes happen in this world. See, friends. Therefore, this Rukmangada was like this. So he said, really? Okay. Now I will go to him and do Shastrartha. So what is the Brahma Rakshas? He will tell his own story. Tadagrasya pare pare nagrodhe Brahma Rakshasaha. Samastra Shastra Paradnya Vidbabhi Ati Vividatyalam. And he was very much extremely good in argument and logic. Nirjitan Bhakshayan Naste Chirakaladhi Bhargava Rukmangadashara Abhimukhan Nishamya Vada Kautuki. Now he was having argument on the Shastrartha, and he used to defeat the other person, and he used to eat that person. That was his food. So whosoever is defeated by him, that becomes his food. Otherwise he cannot eat. So, Gatva Tatra Bhratu Yutena Vadaparo Abhavad Nirjitastena Vadeshu Gruhito Brahma Rakshasa. Then this elder brother Rukmangada and Hemangada. So Rukmangada went and argued with him, and he was defeated, and therefore the Brahma Rakshasa said, now I am going to eat you. See, story coming straight away to the point. Rukmangado athatam društva praha hemangadastutam bho Brahma Rakshasayanam tvam na bhakshaitum arhasi. So the younger brother said to that Brahma Rakshas, hey, please don't eat my brother, leave him, don't eat. Mam jitva varajam yasya tato nausaha bhakshaya hemangada vaja shrutva provacha Brahma Rakshasaha. So the younger brother said, look here, you ask me the question and if I am defeated, then you eat two of us together. It's a temptation. So, Chiraya labdo hyaharo bubhuksha mam prabodhyate etena paranam krutva vividami tvayasa. He said, forget about it. Chirena labdo aharaha. After many years, I got a very good food. Now I can't wait. I had to first eat him, then I will argue with you, and then eat you also. Okay? You can imagine what was the condition. Brahma Rakshasa. ततः त्वमापि निर्जित्य भक्षितेन त्वया ततः अत्यंत तर्पितो भूयात् इति मे नृप निश्चय. I am extremely hungry, was waiting for somebody to come, and then only I can eat. Now it has come, now I won't give you. चिरादेश वर प्राप्तो वशिष्ठा तु महात्मनः कदाचित् आगतः शिष्यः वशिष्ठस्य भक्षितः. Now he tells how he has become a Brahma Rakshas. There was one of the disciples of Vashishta Muni, and he argued with that disciple by wrong, false arguments and logic, and that disciple was won over, and therefore he ate him. See? So, the Vashishta Muni became angry and he cursed him. If you eat anybody, your mouth will be burned to ashes. So he can't eat now. Then he said, Dagdam bhavet mukham avi mukham iti paschan maya munihi bhuya pramprarthito mayam prayachar varam uttamam. So he gave me the boon because I afterwards regretted, I am so sorry, please forgive me. And therefore he gave me one annexure to the curse. वादेषु निर्जितान् मर्त्यान् भक्षयत्वं समन्ततः इति तद् वादविजितान् भक्षयामि तथा स्वयं. Okay, I give you little change in this curse. If you argue with any Panditji and if you defeat him, then the defeated wise man or defeated Pandit will be your ahar, then your mouth will not be burnt. See? And therefore, I have won over your brother, now I have to eat. Tataha tad vidvan vijitan bhakshayami tatastoyam. So, Chiraya yeshaya maya prapta ahara sarvatodhikaha. Chiraya. After many years, I have found out this beautiful food. Bhakshayitva tato vade tvam yujayshami bhumipa. Therefore, let me finish him, then I will come to you. See? Ityuktva bhakshano dyaktam punar hemangado abravid Brahma Rakshasa madvakyam kinche shrudu maya dijra. Hey Brahma Rakshas, please listen to me for a moment. Api kinchit prapya enam parityadisi tadvada datva tubhyam tadenam tu mochayami sahodaram ityukta praha bhuyastam nrupasa Brahma Rakshasa shrunu rajan nasti tadvai kinchit vedye anusruje कह प्राणी प्राणाम कह प्राण प्रिय महारम तेजित कालोपसंगतम किंत्वेदम समयो मेस्ति प्रश्नों में हृदय संस्थिता तान में यदि ब्रूयान. नाउ ही यंगर ब्रदर सेज, लिसन, आई एम फुल्ली अवेलेबल टू यू प्रोवाइडेड you give answer to my question. He says, you ask me a question, I will ask you a question. And if you reply my all question, then I will eat you also. So at least the first brother's eating was stopped for time being. See? And then this Hemangada asked different questions. Therefore, then this Brahma Rakshasa said, whatever you want, I will give you in exchange of this. But please allow me to eat. Ityukto nrupa putram tam papracha Brahma Rakshasa guda prashnan kamedeva tad vakshe shrunu bhargava. Thereafter, now from here, the question answer between them begin. See? So, then Hemangada said, see, you ask me any question, I will reply your questions. Don't think that I will run away, I will reply. See? He said, okay, I have many doubts in my mind, Brahma Rakshas says. Can you please clear my doubts? See, that means he also had doubts. So, first question he asked, hey Rajkumar, kindly tell me, what is that which is आकाशाद वितता यास्याद सूक्ष्मा च परमाणुतः सा किम रूपा स्थिता कुत्र वद एतद नृपपुत्रक. हे राजकुमार, काइंडली टेल, आकाशाद वितता यास्याद, what is that which is more expansive than the space, सूक्ष्मा च परमाणुतः, and it is extremely subtle, subtler than the paramanu, and सा किम रूपा स्थिता, what is the nature of that, and kutra vada etat nrupaputraka, and where it is, kindly tell me. First question. Now this question answer are for us to reflect upon. See, this is the question. What is that which is like the space expansive, which is subtler than the subtlest, and what is the nature and where it is? Kindly. Now here, this is the question. But normally our question is, no, Amiji, my son doesn't want to get married, what should I do? You get married once more. See, you can imagine what I must be going through. Sit all the time listening to the truth, and again come back to the same thing. Enough, yaar, enough. We have to draw a line in our life. Thus far, not further. Enough. It always has been like this. Nothing. So, the Hemangada, he gives the reply. Vitata chiti akashat. Chiti is the objectless awareness. There are three words used. Vedanta uses the word Brahman, which is neuter gender. Here the word uses Chiti, that is the feminine gender. And in yoga is used the Atma, it is the masculine gender. The one which is supporting all the three genders is beyond all genders. It is not written here. You have to work over it. See? Otherwise, why there should be, among Bible they have written, why everywhere he said, he oblique she, he oblique she. Getting lost only in the genders. See? So, vitata chiti akashat. Sukshma cha paramanutaha. It is extremely subtler than the paramanu, the subtler than subtlest, and spuradrupa swatma samstha, and it is of the nature of throb, spuradrupa. Spurana is not coming from outside, it comes from within. See. Spuradrupa and Atma Samstha, where it is you. Shrunu tam Brahma Rakshasa. Now, ekapi sa avidita katham sukshmatara bhavet. Spuratvam kim kimatma cha vadeta drupanandara. Again, ekapi sa atividita katham. If she is only one, how it can be many? How only one can be extremely expanded? How it is possible? Vidata. Now be attentive. What is the meaning of the space? If you take one also, you will slowly get into that contemplative mode. Sukshma means what? Sukshma means that which is not comprehended by any means of knowledge. See, what are the means of knowledge that we have? The five sense organs, and their fields are limited. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. If there is something which does not have these 5 qualities, our sense organs becomes important. Like space does not have sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, touch, form, taste and smell, and therefore space cannot be comprehended by the 4 organs. Meaning what? Lesser the attribute, subtler is the thing, is the rule. So we give up the earth, gandha. Gandha is the tanmatra. Smell. It is never said sugandha or durgandha. Any smell. So smell per se is non-specific. Good smell, bad smell is specific. Now where are we lost in life? We are lost in the good smell and bad smell. Then rasa. Rasa is the taste. Sweet, sour is the specific. So if we really want to walk the spiritual path, what should be the approach? Give up anything which is special and come to the non-specific. See? Then again the sense organs are specific to the particular object. Eyes are particular only to the colors and forms. In other fields they are important. But all the 5 sense organs cannot comprehend the mind because the mind does not have shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. See? The more we become aware of this, we don't have to do anything. See? Like I am looking at this camera, and in that camera there is somebody reflected. Now I am looking at him, he cannot look at me. See? Once somewhere I was, and one girl said, Swamiji, I don't feel I am new to you because I always see you on the YouTube. Do you recognize me? I said, yes, once I saw you. From there, how can I see? Therefore, the sense objects cannot eliminate the sense organs. Sense organs cannot eliminate the mind. Mind cannot eliminate the intellect, the seat of discrimination. The seat of discrimination cannot eliminate the Chetana, the life principle. The life principle cannot eliminate the Chaitanya, which is expressing as Chetana in the Upadhi. This point should be very clear. See, like all the gross worldly objects, they are inert. Then the structural organs, they are inert. The functional aspect also is inert. The mind is inert. Intellect is inert. This inert mind or intellect becomes enlivened by the reflection of the light of consciousness. See. Yesterday also I told you this example. Where I am seeing his top, I remember this example. See. See, friends. General light and specific light. See. In general light, things are seen as they are. The specific light attracts your attention, is it not? So, in the general light of the sun, the bucket and the water and everything is eliminated. But from the specific light of the sun, as a disk of the sun reflected in the water, from there another beam of light comes and illuminates. So that is the enlivened water. Exactly the same way. Pure consciousness expressing in the Vijnanamaya Kosha as Chidabhasa, then somebody is born, Asmita. See. Now here there is one small, very subtle point. Be very attentive. When we stand in front of the wall, our reflection doesn't happen. But when we stand in front of the mirror, reflection happens. See? In the same manner, consciousness is everything, everywhere. But it can reflect a Chidabhasa only in the mind. See? Now what is the reason? Reason is the upadhi, wherefrom it is expressing. See? And then from there another life starts. Therefore, this enlivened mind is what is happening now. This enlivened mind has taken the shape of that particular body. And when the shape is taken of that particular body, then somebody is born. And thereafter, all the thinking is in relation to that body. But in deep sleep, what happens? The mind gives up the identification, meaning the shape of the body. Therefore, reflection is there in the mind. But it is not a specific reflection because there is no shape of the body. Therefore, in deep sleep, there is life, but there is nobody. And this life with nobody is undifferentiated, non-specific, common mind. Like, there is one common earth, common water, common fire, common air, common space. In the same manner, there is one common mind. And that common mind is responsible for maintaining all the functions of the body. But when the common mind gets identified with a particular body, then Asmita is born, Asmita principle. Asmita means Ahankar. And that Ahankar is maintaining the relative world, I versus you. Because now the mind has a reference of the body shape. This should be clear in our understanding. There you comfortably sit wherever you are, and in no time everything is dropped. And if we comprehend this, then there is nothing to know, there is nothing to inquire about. See? Vitata chiti akashat sukshma cha paramanutaha sfuradrupa swatma samstha shrunu tvam brahma rakshasa. Say, hey Brahma Rakshasa, this chiti, the pure consciousness, is the space. Now be attentive. What space it is? See, I am told you have read Amrita Anubhav. See? Space means emptiness. So when we say consciousness is space, is it empty? If there is emptiness, something can be added. So can we add anything to consciousness? Then it has to be the solid space. Now work on it, what it is, like a solid space. What it means? Solid means other than it, there is nothing else. Like in the lump of gold, so lump of gold is a solid space. For whom? For all the ornaments. So be attentive. All ornaments are in unmanifest form in the gold. They don't come from outside. Bhagavad Gita says, Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidananyeva tatra ka paridevana. Everything is existing in the pure consciousness as unmanifest, and it becomes manifest. Therefore, nothing is created, nothing is destroyed. See? I am rich, poor, Indian, non-Indian, husband, wife. Where do they go? In deep sleep. Tatra mata amata bhavati, tatra pita apita bhavati, Mrudaranya tells us. What happened to them? They have become unmanifest. So in deep sleep, our state is the solid conscious space. Then again, those unmanifest, avyakta, they start becoming manifest. How they become manifest? The first experience is asmita. We become aware of our being. I am. Then the second question, who am I? I am the husband. Then the third thing, I had to prepare a cup of tea for her. See? One by one starts. And when we go to sleep means what? Again everything is coming back. Therefore, there is no creation, there is no destruction. Like waves are not created, waves are not destroyed. They are happening. Avyakta adini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata. See, my friends, the more you reflect in this line of inquiry, all other questions disappear. What is hell? What is heaven? You know. See? In these three devas, asuras, rakshasas, and human beings, they went to Brahmaji. Kindly give us Upadesh. Brahmaji gave them Upadesh. Then he said, okay, the last Upadesh. And Brahmaji knew English. He said, the. When he said the, yes, this is Upadesh for you. Now tell, what you understood? So, the Devas said, the means be danta, non-indulgent. Asuras, Rakshasas said, oh, the means be dayavan, don't be cruel. Now you human being, you tell. Human being said, the means dana, share what you have. Brahmaji said, very good, my children, you understood correctly. These three, Devatas and Rakshasas and Manushas, they are three varieties of human being. See, friends, don't have to see, oh, Rakshasa. No. So, Vitata chiti akasha sukshma paramanutaha spurad-rupa satma samstha shrunu tvam brahma rakshasa. Again question. Ekapi sa ati vitita katham? If she is only one, how can she be so much expanded and bigger than the biggest? And again, katham sukshmatara bhavet? And how it can be so subtle, subtler than the subtlest? The spuratvam kim? What is the meaning of spurana? And atma chakim vada? And what is the meaning of atma? Kindly tell me. These are all our doubts. They are being cleared here. Now, karanatvad vitata. Why it is bigger than the biggest? Now here the technique. Work on it. Cause is bigger than the effect. See. The effect is red color, blue color, yellow color. Limited. Vision is unlimited. Illuminates all colors. Round is not square, square is not oblong. But a vision is without any particular shape, therefore supports all. Therefore, vision is subtler than the colors and forms. This is example. So the effect is gross and the cause is subtler. Yesterday I told you, words are gross and the mind is subtle. Mind alone expresses as words. And therefore, lesser we talk, we are living more as a mind. The more we talk, we are living less as a mind. See. So, karanatvathi vitata, this consciousness being the cause is the subtler than the subtlest. Now see, objects are gross. Object means what? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, 5 objects. Subtler is the respective sense organs. The 5 sense organs are gross, subtler is the mind. Mind is gross, a seat of likes and dislikes, joy and sorrows, and the intellect is the seat of discrimination, wisdom, subtler. All our wisdom and discrimination disappears in the deep sleep, but the life still remains. Unless you are alive, you cannot be intelligent or dull. So life is subtler than the intellect. See? And subtler than the life is the pure consciousness which is beyond presence and absence. Because the life can be present and can be absent. In the table there is no life. In me there is life. That which is supporting both the Jada Chetana is the ultimate. Therefore, our Kathopanishad says that Asti iti upalabdhavyaha tattva bhavena prasidati. The truth is recognized as being. Asti iti upalabdhavya. This satta existence is common for both sentient and inert. Man is, the stone is, pain is, misery is, joy is, see, friend is, enemy is. Everything is only existence, existence, existence. So when we come to this pure existence, therefore Upanishad says, Asti iti upalabdhavya. It is non-specific existence. And it is known by us. Therefore, you cannot know the truth without being the truth. Therefore, knowing is being. And if we are aware of this thing, there cannot be any question. Question is always about something which is other than us. There cannot be any question. Like the eyes can see everything which is other than the eyes. They cannot see themselves. We have questions about everything. We cannot have question about ourselves. And therefore, when we are thus abiding in ourselves, there will be less turbulence of questions in the mind. Why questions come? Because we don't want to work. We want free. Pre-digested realization, like a intravenous realization. Work on it, work. See? So, karanatvad vitata, then sukshma agrahyatva apicha, and it is subtler because it cannot be comprehended. See? So colors and forms cannot comprehend the vision, sense organs cannot comprehend the mind, mind cannot comprehend the intellect, intellect cannot comprehend the chetana, chetana cannot comprehend the chaitanya, and therefore it is sukshma, subtler than the subtlest. So what will be naturally the spiritual practice? Give up anything which is gross. Gross is with more attributes. Lesser the attributes, nearer we are. Therefore, we told you so many times, real spiritual practice is this. We don't have to become extraordinary. See? Shri 1008. I never understood it when I was a child. Why they say Shri 1008? Then in some book I read, suppose they had to write, this is a Hindi way of writing. Bar bar mat kaho. Don't say it again and again. So again and again, bar bar, they write bar and two. That means you have to read that bar 2 times. That is the way. Then I understood. Shri 1008. Shri, 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 Shri. No specific, all non-specific being. Karanatvati vitata sukshma grahyatvatah api spuratvad atma chashiti. And it is self-revealing. Therefore, this Chaitanya is the Atma. We can ask question about everything. We cannot ask question whether I am or I am not. Therefore, objectivity in knowledge is mind, and knowledge without objectivity is consciousness. It can't be simpler than this. If this we comprehend, then I want to see God. What will you do after seeing? This is happens only because get lost in all kinds of things. Bhagwan ka darshan ho gaya. See, this where I learnt, I tell you. There are many places where they call their guru as Bhagwan. See? Like Bhagwan Nityananda Baba, Bhagwan Raman Maharshi, Bhagwan Satya Sai Baba, Bhagwan Sai Baba. They call nothing wrong. I also call them. We see them. I have seen Bhagwan for 40 years. So what? Same. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, Tu, Mai. What is the use? See, that day I realized this. Instead of wanting to see God, let Him express through us. He is unfortunate. He doesn't have an instrument to express through. Every instrument that He has created is busy. See, hands are busy in selfish activities. The speech is busy in glorifying oneself and condemning others. The mind is busy in own miseries. The intellect is busy in arrogance. So Bhagavan wants to go, jagah hi nahi hai kahin, jagah hi nahi hai. Empty yourself. And if we empty ourselves, then only He can express through us. See, friends. This is what is mentioned here, that spuratvat atma cha chiti shrunutvam brahma rakshasa. Therefore, don't seek God. Don't seek happiness. Discover. Self-discovery. When we are seeking happiness, we have declared our bankruptcy. And therefore we are seeking happiness. Instead of that, discover happiness, that you are the source of all happiness. And this can happen only if we are able to analyze and learn from every single experience of our life. Then only it is possible. Otherwise it is not possible. See? And nobody can do it for us. We have to do it for us. In this manner, Spuratvam Atma Chachiti Shrunutam Brahma Rakshasa. Now, what is the place of its availability? Sthanantap upalabdhau kim katham vasopalabhyate upalabdha cha kim vasyad vada etad nrupanandana. Now, this is the next question which is asked by the Brahma Rakshas to Rukmangada. We will see it tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.